Hello, welcome everyone. We are here on Wisdom Wednesdays, and today I will continue to talk about thermal profiling for bread because we just had such an amazing seminar last week. We had over 70 signups, so you can judge from that there were a lot of people who are interested in this new thought leadership in baking because we shouldn't bake like our grandfathers. Okay, we should use new technology to guide us in our baking efforts. Okay, so right after the Baker View last week, which was really an hour and a half of solid technical information from myself and Ray Pierce of ECD. We published a thermal profiling for bread texture paper. Okay, now it's available on the website. Just click the link below and you will get to the paper. All right, it's now available for download for all of you. Okay, if you're baking bread and you aren't convinced that this is the right way to bake bread, read the paper. Read the paper, sponsored by BakeWatch. Okay, so I approached BakeWatch a few years ago to tell them about why this is so important, why this paper is so important. So it took a few years to get this published. And it's because no one's talking about it. Okay, no one's sharing this information on how to bake this way. Okay, this is not even taught. This is not even taught in schools. All right. So what is thermal profiling? For those of you who aren't familiar and are still baking by time and temperature and exit temperatures, you need to understand that a lot of things happen in your oven that you can control to extend the shelf life of your product. Okay. So thermal profiling is the ability to send a thermal logger into the oven and then recording the internal temperature of the bread as it bakes. Okay, so why is this important? This is important because I hope you can see this. Okay, this is important because it tells you how much you're in the oven spring zone, how much you're in the critical change zone, and how much you're in the bakeout zone. All right. And you, the master baker, should be able to control all of these. Okay. The bakeout zone, as we talked about last week, is the most important thing in terms of controlling texture in your product. And for the personal discussions I had after the lessons, talked a lot about the oven spring zone and how can one reach a faster oven spring. Okay, so different products provide the opportunity for different yeast kills and different bakeouts. Okay, so it's not a one size fit all parameter. Like your exit temperature, a lot of people target 200 degrees Fahrenheit exit temperatures, but that gives you nothing. I repeat, nothing in terms of telling you how long you're in the bakeout zone. Okay, so stop baking by exit temperatures anymore, exit temperatures and colors. Okay, this paper also talks about yeast kill. All right, so yeast kill is, what it is. It's killing the yeast. What happens when you kill yeast? You absolutely stop the entire fermentation activity in there. Okay, so what happens? You stop the oven spring. Why is that important? Because Lynn Carson says oven spring is bad for you. Okay, so this paper tells you how to control your yeast kill. and how you can get your products packaged into your goes through your slicer and packaging without any problem. Okay, if you have problems slicing, you have problems packaging, it's the Yeast Kill. All right, so look into it. Okay, so we also talk about what is arrival and why is important. Arrival is the amount of time you spend in the bakeout zone. Okay, and the recommendations are on this paper as well, on when you should be spending and how long you should be in these zones. Okay, simple white pan bread products, it's easy. Okay, more difficult are the higher absorption, the whole wheat, the multigrain, and rye breads. Those are really difficult to fine tune, but decide what you need to do. Okay, in terms of the final product, taste, and texture, and then you fine tune your arrival temperatures. Okay, and if you have more questions, you can consult us. We're here for you. Okay. How do you know if you have overbaked? This is the number one problem with a lot of bakeries. It's that you're over baking. Okay. Why do I say so? Because every time I go to a bakery and I send the thermal profiler through, the bakeouts are almost 100% over 20%. And that's too much. You don't want to spend 20%, more than 20% of your time in any oven baking out the product. You're drying out the product. Once you dry out the product, you got to put in more enzymes. Once you put in more enzymes, your costs go up. Okay, so firstly, don't add more enzymes. Cut your baking time. Okay, and this is how you do it, by thermal profiling. Okay, what happens when you cut the baking time? You relieve the bottleneck at the bake area. So you can actually improve your texture and increase the throughput in your bakery. How awesome is that? It's really awesome. Okay. So this is how you use a thermal profile. Okay. You stick the stuff into the bread. It's a probe. Okay. And we tell you how to use it. Sorry, I'm just messing my hair around. I like to touch my hair. Sorry. But yeah, using a thermal profile equipment, these are the very basic 8 steps to do it. It is pretty much the training that you need is this 8 steps. That's it. And then you're good to go. It's easy to train anyone on the floor, including the supervisor, including the QA tech, including the R&D personnel, and sometimes the supervisor does all that. Okay. All right. So the paper also goes into 2 case studies. Okay. And this case study is really, really important in how we show you the effect of having a step profile. Okay. Many bakeries out there still use one temperature for one particular time. Okay. This case study shows you what happens when you put in 2 step profiles. Okay. 2 different temperatures, going hot, baking cool. All right. So you go in at about you go in at about 450, and then you continue baking at 400. Okay. So this is your secret sauce. This is your new method of baking because it provides you a shorter baking time. Okay. Who doesn't want shorter baking time? Okay, so a shorter baking time means you have a better texture product. A better texture product means you can have a longer shelf life. Okay, and higher throughput through your ovens. All right, the last part of the paper is it's Bakerpedia's favorite secret sauce. Okay, why? Because we take all the questions that come through our website and through the personal interaction that I have with bakers, and I put in a paper. These are actual questions. These are concerns from bakers. Hopefully we put them in here so that you can learn okay, so that you can share as well in the forums. You know, these are very, very practical questions. I mean, this has not been done in the industry before, because nobody else had anywhere else to go to ask questions if you think about it. So Bakerpedia is probably the first place anybody can really go to and seek answers and really, you know, be dynamic about the interaction. So the questions are not fabricated. They are actual questions that come through the website and through personal interactions and through our emails. And I hope by sharing this, we can help you and your plant personnel learn how to thermal profile. Okay. So again, big shout out to ECD Bake Watch for sponsoring this paper. You can learn more from their website at bakewatch.com. This is their number on there. Okay. So thank you, ECD. Thank you for sponsoring today's live stream of Wisdom Wednesday. So to learn more and to download this paper, go to our website and follow the link below, and you should be able to learn more about thermal profiling. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you back again tomorrow. We have a really, really special session with Olivia Sargent from Mechatherm. So if you go to our Bakerpedia company page on LinkedIn, you can accept the invite to the event. It's going to be an interesting interview. And like all my Thought Leadership Thursdays, I can't wait to do it. All right, bakers, get back to baking. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.